Okay, hello everybody. So I'm gonna make this video really quick because I've been trying to record it for the past like 2 weeks, and my memory on my phone keeps getting full. And the last time I did it on YouTube, it just didn't let it just failed and it didn't upload at all, and then it just discarded the video some type of way. I don't know. So I'm gonna try to leave pictures at the end of this video just to show you the type of file that I got to put my information into. But just quickly, a little rundown as far as like a list to try to have everything together before you actually go to the meeting, or if it's like your second intake meeting or whatnot. By that time, by your second intake, you should have your action plan or whatever that you need. So basically what you would have to do is go ahead and get your last 30 days of check stubs. You want to also go ahead and make sure that you have your bank statements. So that'll be the last 30 days as well of bank statements. Your pay stubs, if you get paid every bi-weekly, or if you get paid every week, you just want to make sure you got all that stuff together. So I'm kind of trying to go from easiest thing to do to the thing that's going to take you a while to kind of wait on. So we got pay stubs, bank statement. Also make sure you have a copy of your ID. Like I said, if you want to try to be prepared beforehand, you want to go ahead and just get a copy of your ID. She did never ask for a copy of my social, so you don't need that unless it requires it from maybe a different state. Next, you want to go ahead and get if you are using your 401k, go ahead and log onto your 401k website if you have that information, and go ahead and get your summary plan. Like I told you guys in previous videos, I had submitted my account balance for my 401k, but that wasn't enough. They wanted the summary plan so that it shows them what's the terms if you do take out money, how often you have to pay it back and all that stuff. So that's like a 30-page thing it was for me. I know it was a lot of pages. Basically, at the time when she asked for it, I just sent it to her by email. I never printed anything off or anything like that. So it's kind of up to you guys' discretion if you want to go ahead and print it out, or maybe send it to your email and send it to your counselor, because who wants to print off 30 pages of some information. The next thing you want to go ahead and try to do is if you have student loans. So if you have student loans, I have Great Lakes. So what you want to do is go ahead and give them a call, let them know like, hey, I'm trying to get a home, and I need a form or some type of letter from you guys stating that this is what I would have to pay after I'm out of whatever plan that you're in. So say like myself, I'm in the deferred plan. I'm in the income driven plan right now. So basically they provided them with the letter. They actually sent the letter to my email, and the letter basically just says, this is what she will pay once that plan is over with, basically. So they want to see that. I think that they only account into student loans for 1% of your debt. I'm not too for sure, but I think that's what I heard. So yeah. So the next thing you want to go ahead and try to do is go after your taxes. So basically what I mean by that is get your last 2 years of W-2s together. So if you have to order this or whatever you got to do, get it together. Also, you want to make sure you go ahead and get your 1040 form. I don't even believe you need the whole form, but just have it on hand just in case. I've always printed mine off when I did my taxes, so it's just some information that I just have with me all the time. But you do want to make sure that you go onto the IRS website. You can always print off your account transcript, and you can print off your tax return transcript. Now, those are the two transcripts that they're going to need. Basically, like the account transcript is showing like you don't owe any money to the IRS on that front page. It just shows them what happened last when you filed your taxes and all that stuff. So that's basically the 2 transcripts you need. So you can go on the IRS website, order it. I think mine took like maybe a week to come to me. So that's something that's not going to, it's something further along in your process, something that you're gonna have to wait on. So you want to go ahead and get that taken care of. So those are basically like the necessities, the basis that you need. When you go to the NACA meeting, like I said, they're going to have you do letters. So they're going to have you do a letter stating that this is your only name. And I guess if you have other names, maybe it's your maiden name or whatever, then you want to go ahead and put that on the list. They ask you about your addresses that you've stayed at. So they're going to have you do a letter for that. So if you want to kind of just go ahead and just jot down all the places you lived at. I can't remember if they asked me for years, but if you want to do that, just go ahead and do that. I can also, I guess, send you guys I wouldn't say send you guys a copy, but I can include my email, and then maybe I can just like take a picture of the letter, and then that way you guys can go ahead and do it on your end, just so that you can kind of have it together before you go in. It'll be one less thing you would have to do. Also, if you have late payments, they will have you do a letter for that. I had one late payment at the beginning of 2018, so they had me do a letter for that. And it wasn't too much anything. I just had to explain to them like why I was late on the payment and all that stuff. But that's kind of really it. Everything else is, as per person, I guess you can say, with different situations. I don't know how it works if you have bankruptcies and things of that nature. I'm kind of your typical person who's trying to go and get a house, so I don't really know how it works if you maybe owe taxes and things like that. I've owed taxes before, but I actually paid the taxes off before I actually started the program with NACA. So they never asked me anything about it. I did keep my records with me, just in case they did, or maybe, I don't know, maybe something showed up on their end, but I just kept that paperwork with me every time I went to the intake meeting, just in case. So like I said, just go ahead and get a copy of your ID, get your pay stubs together, your last 2 or your last 4, however you get paid. Get your bank statements together. You can go to the bank. I believe most banks should do it for free. Go ahead and get your bank statements together. I believe it's 30 days worth. Another thing is that, like myself, I had my account with NetSpan, and the reason why I did was because I get paid early. So one issue that we did run into was that they didn't like the way how my NetSpan statements looked, and I didn't quite honestly either, because every time I tried to print it out, it just printed out like an Excel type format. So my counselor suggested that I go back with the person who I was banking with to do my direct deposit. So that's probably something you want to kind of get situated too. They do look for you to have checks, just to show that you pay rent and just all this stuff. So that's definitely something you want to try to get the ball rolling on. It's different situations, I think, but if you like live with people and all that stuff, but if you pay rent, they want to have that verification that you pay rent. Just providing them with the little rent receipts and getting that letter signed by your landlord, that's not enough for them. They want checks that they can actually see that it came out your account from your bank statements, basically. So if you need to go ahead and order you checks from your bank, you want to go ahead and get that situated together. But that's basically it. Get your tax return papers together. That'll be your last 2 years, your W-2s. Go ahead and get your account transcript, your tax return transcript. your 401k statements, your summary plan for your 401k. And that's really it. And like I said, with the letters, I can, email it to you guys. I will leave my email at the bottom if you want to do that, or if you just want to wait until you go to your intake meeting so you can kind of know what needs to be done. It was just almost an accident in front of me. But yeah, so that's basically what I wanted to come on here and say to you guys. If you have any questions or concerns or whatever the case might be, you can always put it in the comments, and I will get back to you guys as soon as I can. It's about us, getting this home ownership, and I wish everybody the best of luck on getting a house, getting your finances together, getting your savings together. It's a lot going on right now with the government shutdown, and all of us just need to be able to get our finances in order first before anything, because anything can go wrong at any time. We might own a house, but if you can't pay that mortgage, because of dumb stuff going on like this, for those employees who work for the government, it's hard. So I would just say definitely, focus on getting your finances together along with the home ownership. You guys should be on your way. Like I said, any questions, definitely go ahead and just put it in a comment. You guys have a great day.